Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the case may be. Hey guys, I wanted to come on real quick, and I wanted to, I wanted to do this simply because there's been a lot of things going on, in my life personally, and I haven't been on. I hadn't did a live. I hadn't did a video. I hadn't did all the stuff that I normally would do. And today I said I had to be more intentional. I had to kind of break out of that little rut. So I wanted to come in and really just just spend 5 or 10 minutes with you guys because I'm actually heading to a meeting that I have to travel to get to. So, but man, this season, man, you got to be more intentional. So, I say, you know what, man, I could easily just just tell myself that I don't have time to do this, and it would be perfectly fine, and I would forgive myself for it. But I said in this season, if I wanted to get to the next level, then I have to, really just hold myself accountable in certain areas. So you guys are witnessing me holding myself accountable, saying, you know what, quit putting this thing off. So, guys, listen. This is what I want to do. First thing I wanted. Well, it ain't even the first thing. The only thing I want to share with you guys, and I want to encourage you, of course. But I also want uh, as I encourage you, I want to warn you at the same time, if that makes sense. Because what I want to do is I want to just share one simple thing with you, and I just want to say, you know what, relationships matter. You say, Eric, that's not a big news. That's not newsworthy. That is not a hot alert out, straight out the press. Yeah, guys, it is. It is. Because see, in today's right here and where we at right now, man, relationships and all kinds um, has been weak, and it's been under attack. I don't care what type of relationship we're talking about, man. They all are being stressed to the limits. And guys, listen, this is what I want you to understand, and this is what I want you to do. This is the warning. See, what I want you to do is I want you to get back to the core of things. I want you to get back to the way things are used to be. Because see, what we have now, here's the warning, guys. What we have now is destruction that's coming our way. And the reason why is because listen, we're stronger together. We're stronger as a unit. And what's happening is that we are systematically are being taken out of the game. We've systematically have been picked away and picked apart, and it's been done in the area of relationships. What you're having is you having husband and wives being picked from each other. You having fathers and sons, and mothers and daughters. All of them has been picking away from each other, and then you have strange relationships that's been forming. Ungodly relationships that's been formed, and I want to warn you. I just wanted to take 5 or 10 minutes and just let you know that relationships matter. We're gonna have to go back to the beginning of things. We're gonna have to go back to the way God intended some things, because if we don't do that, guys, see, what I did was I looked into the future, and I started asking myself. I started going before God, and I said, God, if we continue on this path, if we continue to let this thing go like it's going, what is it that's gonna happen? And God showed me that we're on a collision course, to disaster. Okay. See, God had an original intent for some things. And see, the reason why the Power of Two book is so powerful is because that was just the introduction. That was just God. That was really God showing me just a little snippet of what's to come. And see, now it's coming to the point where I'm really seeing what's happening. I'm seeing I'm seeing this war that's happening on in the families and in business. I see this thing, and if you're not looking through your spiritual eyes, you're going to think that things are doing great. You're going to think that you're living the best life that you ever had before. But woe is thee, because what's happening is there's a such thing as a false sense of security. There's a thing that we call manufactured happiness. And see, I understand why it happens, And I understand, why you there. I understand it because you know what, I had to deal with it myself. I had to deal with this thing where, I'm not in the place where I want to be. So I'm a manufacturer the happiness that I want. And guys, in this season, we're gonna have to be more intentional about how we move. So I wanted to come in, guys. Listen, I want you to just take inventory of your life. I want you to take listen now, without the social media, without the cameras, without the Snapchats, without the Facebook, without the Instagram. I want you to just spend time and just go before that universal God, that God of everything, your God of choice. I want you to do that, and I want you to just spend some time with Him, and I want you to ask those important questions. I want you to really get serious about it. I want you to just get throw away the fakeness. I want you to throw away the attitudes and the arrogance and the pride. I want you to throw all that out the door. I want you to just humble yourself before your God, and I want you to just ask those important questions. See, what I believe in my heart is that God has already ordained some things. He already established some things. And I believe that we're trying to get away from things that He already established. But what I want to tell you right now, man, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful and I'm mindful of this. But what I want to tell you is that God hadn't really gone away from what He already established. See, some things was already established and they will not change. See, there's some things that we're trying to fit that square into that circle, and God is just simply saying you can try all you want, but it's not happening. He's not budging on it. He's not moving on that thing. So if you in a position where you in your life and you really know, and I mean you really know that on the outside, that if somebody looking at you, they're saying, man, Eric is happy. But what I want you to understand is that happiness, that's not what we're talking about. That's not gonna get it done right now. Not in this season. In this season, we want to go inside of you. We want to get down to the core of you, and we want to get rid of this happiness, and we want to talk about an unspeakable joy. That joy that passes all understanding. We want to talk about that. We want to talk about that place where you reside and with God, and it's like it's nobody else's matter. And see, when we get to that place, then you're gonna understand that, man, God's will for mankind hadn't changed. It hadn't changed. When He established and said, you know what, man wasn't meant to live alone. He said that I'm gonna make him a helpmate that's comparable. You know what I'm saying? That's compatible. That listen, He established that thing, and when we can try all our best, we can try all we want, to move in a direction that is totally against what the Word of God is. And I promise you, you can have all the fake happiness, but when it comes down to it, that is gonna be fake, and it's not gonna be real. It's not gonna be real joy until you come to and see. I'm talking about going beyond the veil. I want you to go into the holy of holies, the holy of holy, and I want you to spend time with God. I want you to go to a place where only the spirit can go. The flesh is not allowed at that place. I want you to go deep into God. And this season, we're going deep into God. And this season, we're going deep because we can't deal with the surface that surface that surface love and that surface relationship. We can't deal with that, not right now. See, it's too important right now. We got things going on, and see, there's some things happening. And I'm talking about that remnant. I'm talking about that church, that chosen one. I'm talking to you right now. See, some of us is gonna fight this, and some of this is not even for. But for you, and you know who you are, you hold to a higher level of accountability. And I want you to tap into that. And I want you to understand that it's gonna start with you, but it's gonna end with you relating to God's people. God said, ask Peter this question. He said, "If you love me, will you feed my sheep? If you love me, would you feed my sheep?" So I'm asking this question, and I'm gonna be out of here because I've been on longer. Man, oh, the Spirit of God is flowing. But what I want you to understand, I want you to get this. God is saying, if you love me, then feed my sheep. I would tap into Proverbs 11:24, where that generous soul, that generous person. I want you to, if you're lacking something in your life, don't go with the crowd and say, you know what, it's all about me and it's all about mine. It's all about, what I can get out of it. I want you to tap into that Proverbs 11:25. I'm gonna pull that up, and I promise you, I'm gonna be out of here. Proverbs 11:25 says, "A generous person will prosper." A generous person. So I want you to tap into that. I want you to forget about all the fakeness that this fake world, is trying to make you believe. See, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I believe that there's somebody who said, you know what, man, I've been thinking this for a long time, and I've been hearing other people talking about how happy they are. But I want you to know that they're fake. They're fake because anybody that's talking about you, that, and it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me, man, I promise you, that's a sure way of knowing that their happiness is fake. I want you to tap into that generosity. I want you to talk into, man, when the Bible talks about you reaping what you sow. So if you want happiness, I want you to tap into, man, sowing happiness, sowing goodness, sowing good things, sowing, you know, um, sowing kindness, and listen, God had a plan, and I promise you, I'm in the man. God had a plan. He have not moved from that plan. He have not moved. Listen to me. Listen to me. God have not moved from his original plan. He has not. So if it was good then, man, I'm telling you, it's great now. Guys, you guys, listen, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do a broadcast. I got some things in the work. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. Okay, and a lot of times you can get out of focus, man. That's okay. That's when you hit your reset button. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you hadn't done what you're supposed to have done, don't get mad at yourself, man. Just hit the reset button. I'm gonna buy me a reset button, and I'm gonna put it here because what I want to do is to be able to physically, mentally, and spiritually hit that reset button and give myself grace. That's what I want to do. I want to give myself. I want to tell myself that it's okay, and I want you to forgive yourself for the things that you didn't do, and I want you to move on. That's it. So anyway, guys, love you, and I'll talk with you guys later.